Someday you don't know, that person might come to faith. Let me tell you a story, very interesting. Years ago, when I first graduated from Bible college, and I put out a bunch of applications in the denomination that I went to Bible college with, and I was waiting for responses to come back. Carl and I were just married, and so I went to work. The only place I could find a job, looking through the ads, there was a job for running a bulldozer in a sand pit between Oroville and Chico. And so I went out and applied for the job, and the guy said, "Can you run a bulldozer?" I said, "Yes, I can." He goes, "Really? How much experience you had?" "Zero. But I can do it." And he said, "Okay, well, the bulldozer's out there. What you need to do is just rake up all of the sand out of the creek bed here, and the loader will pick it up, and they'll put it in the dump truck. They'll take it over to the crusher where they process all of that stuff." And I said, "Okay, great. Just show me how to start it." And the guy started laughing. He said, "Man, you're a character, aren't you?" And I said, "Listen, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I need a job. You're offering a job. I can do it." And I worked there for quite a long time. And he was amazed how fast I picked it up. Well, how hard can it be? You know, it's just a bulldozer raking up sand. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. But there was a guy there at the batch plant that if you took cursing away from him, Doug McMasters was his name, if you would have taken cursing away from him, he couldn't talk. Well, the thing broke down and rainstorm was coming in. We had to work all night till 1 o'clock in the morning to get the bulldozer running again so that the rains didn't come while it was in the creek bottom. And I witnessed to that guy all night long. He blew smoke in my face, and he knew I was allergic to cigarette smoke, cussed, used the Lord's name in vain, and I just kept witnessing to him. When I finally left that place, because there was a job opening in a church, when I left there, I thought, that man is fodder for the fires of hell. If there ever was a man going to hell, it's him. You know, even the boss and some of the other people, I had a bit of an effect upon them, but that guy, none. He was the most wicked, gross, just foul individual that I'd ever met 2 or 3 years ago. Now, I've been serving the Lord for 46 years. I graduated from Bible college over 40 years ago. So this was 38 years later. I'm at a pastor's meeting for the Calvary Chapel pastors in Sacramento. All the senior pastors are invited and their staff. There's a guy staring at me from across the room. And, you know, I'm starting to get uncomfortable. And he comes over and says, "Do you know who I am?" I said, "I have no idea." He says, "Does the name Doug ring a bell?" And I said, "Nope, not at all." "Doug McMasters?" Nope, not at all. "The gravel pit between Chico and Oroville, does that ring a bell?" And I looked at him. I said, "You got to be kidding me." He said, "I've been a Calvary Chapel pastor for the last several years." He said, "What you said to me haunted me. I lived in Paradise, so I went to the Calvary Chapel in Paradise, and I talked to Dave Sweet, and I gave my life to the Lord. I went to a discipleship training class there, and now I pastor the Calvary Chapel in Concal." I said, "Brother, I'm going to tell you something. I wish that I could tell you that I had faith for you. But man, I knew you were going to hell. I just knew. If anybody was going to hell," he goes, "Yeah, I was." This is a miracle. He is not only in the faith, but he's pastoring a Calvary Chapel in Concal because I contended for the faith with him. You have no idea how God can use that. Yeah, there are people that are wicked in this world, and there are people who want to make other people wicked. But the righteous, we stand up and we contend with that. Because you never know how God, through the